All right, let's do a cheers. Before we get started, let's do a cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. We got our Smirnoff Ice.
I got a pink lemonade Smirnoff.
I got crisp citrus.
I think there's the OG.
I think I had my first one when I was like 18. When did you start drinking? When did you have your first drink?
I think I was like in 7th grade.
Are
Probably.
you kidding me? Did your parents know?
No, but they found out.
You're bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
It actually became a big thing because, like, addiction runs in the family. So she's like, you're in 7th grade. I think I was like 12 or something, probably 13.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, you know that we have addictive personalities.
I think like if you like speak that into existence, like it's gonna be worse. Like you're just gonna start accepting it, like, oh, it runs in our family. Oh, it runs in our family, instead of like just being.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like
you're just
those,
being a kid. You're just
yeah.
doing something dumb.
It's just like those people that are like, oh, my parents don't believe in me, so I shouldn't believe in myself. So I'm just gonna do nothing.
Same, yeah, exactly the same thing. But, anyways, we got Yazmine, not Yazmine, Yazmine. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it was like last minute, but we got you on.
Yeah.
We're gonna learn a little bit. Yo. Okay, how old are you?
26.
When do you turn 27?
In August.
You're getting old.
Yeah, I know. Super
But
old, quick.
she's doing big things. She's at university right now, right?
Yeah.
What else?
Cal State LA.
Woo woo.
Yes.
How long you been there?
I think I started in 2023 fall. So 2 years is what it's gonna be. Then
What's your major?
psychology. Really interesting.
Are you judging me right now?
For what?
You're trying to like
No.
work on me right now?
Psychologists read people.
They what?
They read people.
Are you reading me right now?
Yeah.
And
Always.
like trying to fix me?
A little bit at a time.
Oh my gosh. What did you do? What college were you at before this one?
College of the Desert, smallest
Did you like
college
it?
ever.
Did you like
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
For a little bit, I was going super slow. So I was just like taking whatever classes. I was like, I need my general ed done. Like, I'm just going to take whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't really care about my classes. And then I got into student government, I think my 3rd year, because even though it's a junior college, I was there for 4 years.
Hey,
But
it's all good.
yeah, no, it takes people time, especially when you don't know what you want to do.
Like who
Really?
cares? Like if you're not figuring it out right away.
But I think once I got into student government, I started taking it more seriously. And
Why?
To be in student government, you have to have, I think it's like at least a 2.5 GPA or something. And you have to be doing well in all your classes. And student government was good because you get priority registration, which in a small college like that, where there's not a lot of classes, that's really important because all the classes that you need are gone so quick.
I feel like that's how it was. Like even at Mount Sac, that's where I started. Was at Mount Sac. It's like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even get a class because, they had they had that. I'm like, what about me? Like I wasn't here last semester, but okay, cool. So you're at the university. Like, how much longer do you have? Do you think?
So at that college, I should be done next semester, which is fall semester. So technically, I'm going to be done in a fall semester, which is usually not how it's done because people graduate in spring. And unfortunately, at my university, they only have a spring graduation. So I think they have everybody graduate together then, I guess, like the fall and spring graduates. But
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be, I think, like 2.5 years at Cal State LA. But also, it was my second run at Cal State LA. Because,
You left?
well, when
Or
I
you
first moved to LA, man, it was like 5 years ago almost.
I know, it was a while
That
ago.
was so long ago. That's crazy. I started at Cal State LA because that's why I first went to LA. But it was COVID. It was 2020, like deep that fall.
I was like, she's crazy. Like she's just going in the middle of LA by herself. Like you didn't have like a support system out there, right? You had a few friends.
Not necessarily. Like I went out there, moved with my friend from Indio
Oh, okay, okay.
that we met at Vans when I worked at Vans. So that was kind of, but also it's different than having like your family. Like you're
Oh
not
yeah,
really
for
like
sure.
somebody's like not really watching you
Yeah,
or trying to help you, I guess, like the way a family would.
yeah. Like your mom and dad are like the biggest supporters of you, but you go outside of that and it's like, how come nobody's helping me the way my mom or dad helps me?
Especially then because that was the first time that I had moved out and done something on my own.
Yeah, because
I
you
was
were young.
22.
Yeah, you're young.
Yeah.
And a lot of people they don't do that like by themselves. Like maybe mom and dad send you to the college and you live there, and you know you come home every few weeks or a month, but like you did it all on your own. Like actually they didn't want you to go there. They're like, no, stay, stay,
Yeah,
stay.
it was a struggle because they didn't support it.
Yeah,
So I moved out on my own, but I was also like, we didn't talk
yeah,
for a little bit
yeah.
because they were trying to be like, I don't like that you went out there. So they weren't supporting me at all
Yeah,
and not really talking to me. But then I think it just got too hard and they were like, wow, like, that's crazy.
yeah. That's tough, and that's like courageous of you because like you're like, I know you guys want me to stay here, but my ambition and my drive is telling me to go do this, and that's cool.
I mean, slash, I feel like I needed the time away from them.
Yeah,
Because again, I hadn't really done much on my own.
yeah,
So I feel like that was also me like, hey, maybe I need to figure out what it's like.
yeah. Honestly, I was like thinking it's gonna be too tough. Like when I was hearing about it, I was like, it's gonna be too tough. It's like, where are you gonna live? Like you're gonna live in a like one room with like 10 people. You know what I mean?
I mean, that is LA, right?
It is. It is. But I was like, she's not used to that. Like, you know, your mom like spoils you, your dad spoils you, and you're not used to that. I was like, it's not. I don't think it's gonna last. But kudos to you. Like you're out there doing your thing and working hard, going to school, and just like doing it. Seriously.
Yeah. I'm already at the point where I want to move out of where I'm at. But also think about it. The rent in LA,
Yeah.
so expensive. A
Yeah.
studio is like how much you would get for a house in Texas. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. But you know, another thing that's really like admirable is like people that usually like leave their house and then they start off in school and then they get a job and then they start. I'm gonna slow down with school. I'm gonna take one less class. I'm gonna take the summer off. I'm gonna take whatever off. I'm gonna take 1 year off. But like, and you may have done all those things, but like you're still there. Like you're still going. You're getting closer. It's like it's within reach. Like you're gonna have your bachelor's real soon,
Yeah.
and you already plan on getting your master's and plan on getting your PhD. So it's like you're not slowing down. You're doing your thing, for reals.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think I slowed down for I think it was 3 years. But that was because honestly, I'm not the best at online classes and because it was COVID,
yeah,
everything was online. I'm a sponge in person. I'll take in every word that professor says when it's in person and I'm in class like taking the notes. But online where he's like the cameras aren't on, they don't see you, it's like you can be doing anything.
yeah, and you could probably be like doing laundry while you're like in
Yeah.
class. Yeah,
Not even taking the notes, not even really
yeah,
listening.
yeah.
Just like
It's yeah, it's completely different. And you know, I feel bad for the kids that were like seniors and didn't go to prom, didn't do all those cool things that everyone else has done for the COVID years. But like, online class is hard in itself. So like for everyone to have to do it and have to adjust, it's super hard. But you know, like I said, you went through that. You're still going through it, and like you have goals of like continuing. So like that's super good because like I said, probably 9 out of 10 people they'll just fall off and be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to school anymore, but I'm still doing this, I'm doing that, and I live in LA, making good money. And it's like, who cares if you're making like 65, 75 grand, which is okay money. Like you're gonna be stuck in the rat race. You're gonna be stuck doing something that you don't really like or don't really love just because you're making the money right now. But if you just keep going like you're doing, in like 10 years you'll be like, I'm so happy that I'm doing what my passion was. And you know, eventually you're gonna surpass all those people finance wise, income wise, knowledge wise, and just I think overall mental health because they're gonna be like this sucks. You know, I've been here doing for this for 15 years,
Yeah.
and I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
And I met a lot of people like that. Because my first job, I worked at a grocery store. A lot of those people are like for lifers. They've been there for 40 years, 20 years. Like,
Yeah.
they just get stuck in it. But then it's just a continuous, like, they're on the same schedule that they've been on forever. And
Yep.
it's just easy because they're like, I've been doing this work for so long that it's like, it doesn't change for me. It's just continuous.
Yeah. And your job, you've been working like not just like part time, right? You've been working as much as you can.
Varies, which is why I took the 3 years off from college, because I was in a place there where I wasn't getting a lot of hours, and that was stressful because obviously I was on my own. I had to pay rent. I had all my own bills,
And you weren't getting any help.
and I wasn't getting any help. So, and then on top of that, the whole COVID, like, online classes. So I was like, I mean, there's a lot of pluses to just take a break.
Yeah.
And then I moved up in the company pretty fast. So then once I got to, like, I think they raised the minimum wage for, like, LA to like 18 or something.
It's just crazy. I mean, that's great, but like, man, for me to think like $18 for minimum
Yeah.
wage.
And then
Is it higher now? Is it higher now?
Well, for food service workers, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I think it's 20 for food service workers now, like
Wow.
fast food, which it's not really fast food. It's more like fast casual, but it still counts as fast food. So it's like $20 minimum wage, but because I have promoted twice, so I make 22 an hour, I believe.
Yeah.
So I got to like a comfortable spot in the company where I was like, I could be part-time more, like,
Yeah.
for school, to focus on school,
Right.
and I'll still survive.
When I was working at the barbecue factory, I'm not sure if you knew I worked there.
No.
There was a barbecue factory I worked for many years. When I took over as shop foreman, they started me off at $17 an hour. I had like 60 guys working under me that I managed, and like
Wow.
I was in charge of like 20 barbecue islands to be built from start to finish every day and delivered the next day. We were pushing out $15 million worth of products a year, and they're paying me $17 an hour. I was like,
Were you working overtime though? Like,
I had to,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like every day, I was like staying 2.5 hours every day. They needed me there, but yeah, that's the only way I can afford to like live.
that's so crazy.
Yeah, I was working full time and going to college only part time, and I had a small family. You know what I mean? So like I had to do it. But to think like, that was like 15 years ago. To think that minimum wage at that time was like $6.75, and I was getting 17. Sure, it seemed like a lot, but now to hear like kids are getting $20 an hour, for minimum wage is like, dang.
Yeah, and then also I feel like because the cost of living is so high,
Yeah.
most of them are living with their parents,
Yeah.
and they're making that much. So they're really just like using it for stuff that they don't really need. Like, there is a lot of kids I've heard that, especially that I work with, like I work with like 18, 19, 20-year-olds. They're all younger, so
Yeah.
they all usually they don't pay rent, but some of them do. Like, they help with the bills and stuff, but not too much to where it's like,
They pull up in a Mercedes to work, BMW to work.
honestly, yeah,
Seriously,
there
I
is a
know
guy
it.
that I work with. He has a blue BMW.
Shout out to that guy. Yeah, no
Yeah.
joke. Like I've seen kids pull up to In-N-Out and like souped up like super nice Mercedes or BMW, and then I see them in an In-N-Out outfit, and they're like 22, and I'm like, what the heck is there's something going on? That's wrong. But hey, good for them.
Yeah, they're living the life.
Yeah, yeah, and like so it sounds like a lot of stress. Obviously, like doing what you were doing. Like, how do you deal with like, the stress, or like how was your mental health? Like, how do you manage it in like that environment, being out by yourself?
I think it's a lot of like just chilling by myself. Because I mean, I used to have a roommate. Like, I shared a room with somebody.
Yeah.
But when it was like I would go on hikes. I would just go out and like do a lot of other stuff separate from them. Just because I was like, I need the time to just like find out where I'm at.
Really?
mentally.
Wow. So you like to be alone?
Yeah,
Hmm.
listening to music,
Yeah.
usually chilling. Sometimes reading,
Hmm.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So like you feel like mental health is like it's an actual thing, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially because I am a psychology major.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a big thing, and a lot of people actually like older generations don't even really believe in it.
I kind of don't. I mean, not that I don't, because I know it's a thing, but I don't really subscribe to like that. I'm like, just get tougher. Like, just work around it. Like, just beat it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it like recently with like friends who are like really struggling, and they ask me about it just because I have learned a lot about like things to do.
Hmm.
I took a course with a professor who was really about like mental health. She would be like, "Oh, I have a breathing exercise for you,"
Hmm.
or for a couple minutes, write what you feel down. It makes you feel better. And I've tried to tell older people like, "Hey, it exists." They're like, "No, like just make yourself busy."
Yeah.
Like,
It's like that's like hiding it
yeah,
or just burying it.
yeah, basically. But I've, like I said, I've seen people go through it like on a personal level. I've seen like friends and family go through it.
Yeah.
So I know it's a real thing. It's just I think it gets worse the more that you hide it and the more that
Yeah.
you try to like let it, because then it obviously it leads to like exploding or imploding,
Yeah.
which is you either lash out on people around you or you do stuff just internally that also like it's like the not eating or it's
Hmm.
just not hydrate, like anything like that. It's like
Yeah.
it ruins you.
I heard like 50 Cent, he said once, like on one of his podcasts, he was like, I don't have the luxury to X. It was something wrong along the lines of like complain or something like that. I don't have that luxury. I have to keep grinding. I have to keep working. I have to keep fighting. And like that's kind of how I feel. I'm like I don't have time to go sit in the corner and cry. I don't have time to do these breathing exercises. I don't have time. Like I need to push that to the side, bury it, and just keep working, keep doing what I'm doing. But like it's not the right way. Definitely not.
I think it's okay to take a breather,
Yeah,
like
100%.
just, and then even taking like a weekend. Hey, you know what, like I'm gonna go take a like little like vacation
Yeah.
because I need to take my mind off of all the stress and
Hmm.
everything going
Hmm.
on around me.
I feel like people that use the mental health um, card, I feel like they're weak. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, you have an excuse for everything. Like it's like, oh my gosh, it's just my mental. And I'm like, you're just weak. But like that's messed up because I don't know what's they're really going through, and maybe I am tougher than them, but that doesn't mean that their less toughness isn't acceptable. It's like their toughness is their toughness, and what they can handle is what they can handle. It's not what I can handle. And I'm sure there's people that can handle a lot more than me. So it's like, you know what? Who am I to be like you're weak? It's like, hey, you have an issue you feel like you need to address, go address it. I have issues that I need to address. Let me do it how I'm doing it. But I do feel like at the end of the day, there's better ways to deal with it because my family too, like they're so like hard headed and old school. They're like, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. And it's like, okay, we don't do that. But I do think there's better ways to handle a lot of that mental health.
Definitely. I have actually had people who they want to seek help, but they don't know how to do it correctly,
Hmm.
which my friends who I take classes with, like we're all psychology majors and stuff, they always tell us, like our professors, because we are lucky to have a, I think it's free therapy sessions on campus. It's like 10 or something. So they always
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
yeah, so they lecture us on like some really tough like subjects
Mm.
about like childhood and stuff, and then they're like, "Oh, but if you went through this, I would say like go visit the office and go
Hmm.
figure it out."
Yeah.
Because hearing learning about that stuff, which honestly I've learned so much about how like people that are more resilient to like having to deal with like their mental health issues are like, "Oh, I'm just going to keep working and like that's just how I do it."
Yeah.
It's because
Stay busy.
it's because they grew up in like a like chaos. You know, like it's easier for them to like have more stuff on their plate because
Yeah.
they grew up around like
Yeah.
parents who showed them that like you can have a lot of stuff on their plate and still
Yeah.
go through it.
You know, I agree with you because I feel like people that, like young kids, like let's say 15-year-old, that all they have to worry about is go to school, do homework. That's it. They have a few things that come in their life, a little obstacle, and they're like shutting down. But then you have somebody that like grew up in a really tough environment, and I don't want to say like bad upbringing, but maybe they faced a lot of adversity. Like they face problems now that are smaller than that, and it's like it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. But you give that same dish to somebody that's never been, you know, had to face anything. Everything's a big deal. Like super like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Like I need a vacation. It's like
They're like, dude, you worked one day,
you
and
didn't do
it was like
nothing.
a half day. You did
Yeah,
almost nothing that day, and
yeah.
you're like, well, you
So
need a vacation already.
yeah, no, that's a for sure thing. And I'm just like, you know, it's interesting to ask you that question because you are, going towards that. I've had a couple therapists in the past. I just feel like I'm in there. I'm like, oh my
Why am I
gosh,
here?
this is this is this is not productive. But my daughter, she's had a few therapists that she's spoken to, and she's like, no, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. And then she found one, and she's like, I love her. And so that one really helped her get through some of the issues that she went through. You know what I mean? So I think finding the right person that like is not just doing it for the paycheck, maybe is actually like really in it to help is gonna be key because I'm sure there's great helpers out there.
Definitely. I've heard of clinicians that are just like, oh, it's just a really good paycheck. That's why I'm here. And that's crazy because it's like going through what I'm going through, learning all the stuff that I'm learning. I'm like, how could you just be like there for a paycheck? Like, there has to be something like maybe way deep down that got them there. Like,
Yeah.
which I've learned it's like a lot of people that are getting into psychology, it's because they have had their share of like their own
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
that they're like, I kind of want to learn about myself through learning about psychology.
Yeah. Or somebody helped them. They're like, whatever you did for me, I want to do that for somebody
Yeah,
else.
exactly. That's honestly a big thing too.
Yeah, 100%. Like like for example, your upbringing. You might see things with your mom and dad. You're like, never doing that to my kids. Never doing that to my kids. Same thing with me. My upbringing. I'm not doing that. I want to be like this with my kids. I want to be like that. And like we mold ourselves based off of our experiences. So like a lot of people's like next move is based off what happened in the past. So I could see that. I don't know. It's just like, what are your thoughts on like, I mean, in your space, like a Gen Z versus like a millennial versus like, do you think that's a real thing? Like the different generations?
Yes, 100%. I mean, I've heard of what is it, Gen X,
X,
Gen
yeah,
X.
that's like your dad, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so. Right?
I
He's
think
50.
I think yeah, I think he's like a Gen X. Then I'm a millennial. I was born in '86.
I just missed the cutoff, so I'm Gen Z.
Ugh.
Like by 2 years, I missed it.
You almost made it to the.
But a lot of my friends are millennials. So they kind of say that I'm like a zillennial. I'm more millennial than I am Z.
Do you think that Gen Zs are soft?
100%. Because it's like you hear about how easy I guess they have. Like a lot of things are just like given to them, I feel like.
Yeah.
But also, I do think it has to do with how Gen X treated Gen Y, and then it was
Yeah,
kind of just
yeah.
like a domino effect. Because a lot of Gen X, they made them work so hard, or they literally like push them down so hard. Like, man, you're nothing, or like
Yeah.
you got to work harder.
Yeah.
Especially like the whole men have to have like work harder than women kind of thing, especially because that was their generation, the Gen X, right? Or yeah, Gen X. They were big about like, oh, as women you have to be home and you
Yeah.
have to take care of the house, like you're a homemaker. And then
Yeah.
the men are like, oh, like machismo kind of thing.
Yeah.
So then that trickled into Gen Y, which is millennials, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that all made everything change just because every generation affects how the next generation treats
Yeah,
their children.
yeah. I feel like you're right because like now, like millennials, they're starting to be like, wow, equal rights. We want to get paid the same as guys, and we want to work now. And like, but it's so expensive. Like, you kind of do need dual income. So like, but we'll see what happens with these What are they? Gen Zs?
Gen Zs, yeah.
Because they don't want to work. They just want to play video games all day. But hey, there's a way to make money online. So it's like if they could figure that out and make money from home, like good for you. But
I just know that there's so many, especially with like TikTok and like it's all about social media right now.
yeah, yeah,
So they're about like, oh, well, I saw this person, they were nobody, and then within a couple months, like, oh, bam, they have like 1 million
yeah.
followers.
And now there's somebody.
Yeah, but it's so hard because like you can't just be anybody to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to have the personality.
Yeah.
You have to do all the work towards that.
You have to be a hard worker. Like these people, like I go on their page sometimes, and like I just start scrolling,
To the bottom.
and I'm like, man, like this is the 50th time I've scrolled down. Like they got a lot of content, and you could tell like when they first started, the quality wasn't that good, but they got better,
They
better,
have like
better.
2 likes.
Yeah, and then like boom, now their videos are like edited, produced, and like crazy. I'm like they worked really hard because like Zeke always talks about he wants to post and he wants to do whatever that kind of stuff online. But it's like, okay, well, how many videos did you post this week? None, none. It's like it's hard work to still do that.
Yeah, you definitely have to make the time, especially because like, oh, you have to come up with the content, and you have to like, when am I gonna edit it? I have to have time to edit it, and editing could be a lot of time.
A lot, especially if you're new. You're like mess up. You don't know what you're doing. The audio sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's like you're competing against people that now have like professional equipment and like have
they
lot
have
of
a whole
help.
team
Yeah, have like a whole
too.
team, and it's like good for them. But dang, it's getting competitive.
Yeah, it's crazy how much the generation, like the generational gap
Yeah,
between obviously what we were talking about the Gen X,
Yeah.
so the millennials, the Gen Z.
I feel like the Gen Zs don't post either. Like it's a thing to have 0 posts and like 1,000 followers or how many ever followers. Like they don't post.
There's so many people scrubbing their Instagrams right now,
What do you mean?
like starting over. It's so crazy how people are like, oh yeah, like me last year doesn't exist. They'll just delete everything and they're like, oh, it's a new year. Like, no, all my posts are gone.
Wow.
Or cutting out social media in general.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, like it takes a lot of time out of your day. If you're trying to be productive and not in social media,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of your day, all the scrolling. Like you said, the scrolling, man, I could scroll on TikTok forever if I had the time, but I don't have the time that
Yeah.
often.
When do you go on TikTok the most?
Before bed.
What about in the morning? No, like 'cause you're running around like crazy.
Usually I get out of bed and have to go straight into like getting ready for school
Yeah.
or work.
So like before you go to bed, like the last hour,
The
and a half,
last
you're like,
hour and a half.
and then your eye starts getting dry. And you're like, okay, I gotta go to bed.
Or no, or I get to that video. I don't know if you've seen it where it's like, oh, have you been scrolling?
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm
if
like,
I
okay,
get to
I
that,
gotta
I'm
get
like, man, I've been on here way too long. Yeah, my TikTok's telling me to get
It's
off.
like quit scrolling. Yeah,
Yeah, even if I scrolled through like 20 I didn't like and I get to that,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, you know what? It just wasn't meant to be. Like my TikTok's
No.
telling me I've been here too long.
I've logged off because I've seen that video too. It's like, yo, have you been scrolling for the last, Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah, and it's like the face is like, oh, take care of yourself or whatever, take
yeah.
a rest or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, like for example, like Riley, Zeke. They have like, well, now Riley has a couple posts, but like she's had her Instagram for years, and it's like me, I like to use it because it gets to connect with my family. Like I post something, I tag them, and it's on there. But like the what are they, Z's?
Z's.
They don't post anything. They'll put on a story, but they won't post. And I'm like, that's really weird. But
Okay, so I think that's the part of Gen Z that I am because
yeah, you don't post that much.
I don't post that much. But when I think
Or reply.
okay, I don't reply very often.
Riley don't
no.
reply either. Zeke replies. Like I'll call him, he'll pick up.
It's just coming up with the like stuff to say. Like, how do I tell you no I can't go or no I'm busy? Like
But I feel like you just need to answer. face your
Like,
like
is it better
fears.
to just call and be like, yo, thanks for
Okay,
the invite. Yo, thanks for the
yo,
invite. But I
no,
can't
like
go.
I feel like you guys are scared to face adversity, and you're like, what am I gonna say? Like, I'm not going, so I just won't show up.
That's where the anxiety comes
That's when the
in.
anxiety comes in,
Because the anxiety,
and
everybody
my
has
mental
it.
health is just.
It's really bad right now.
Yeah, I need a day. I need a day. Yeah, Riley, she like will take 3 days to respond to a text. I'll be like, hey, hope you have a wonderful day. Blah blah. What are you guys doing this weekend? Monday or Tuesday?
The weekend
Thanks.
comes and she's like, oh, I'm doing this.
No, it'll be Monday. The weekend passed.
Mm.
I asked her on Thursday, and it'd be
Wow.
like Monday. Thanks. Nothing. Just hung out. I'm like, oh, she didn't want me to answer me because she thinks I was gonna try to set something up with her, and then like ruin her weekend.
Or she didn't know what she was going to do. And she's like, let me just tell him afterwards because then I'll have exactly what I did because it already passed.
But Zeke, he still like picks up and he'd be like, "No, Dad, I'm not gonna go." I give him credit for that, but like, yeah, you don't reply
Yeah.
or tell me the plan. Your sister's the worst. I'll
Yeah.
like text her, and she will not say anything.
I think for the most part, when you text her when it's like, I'm in the chat too.
Yeah,
But
and both of you guys don't reply.
I think for me, I'm just like, what is she gonna reply? Because I know she's not gonna go.
And then she's like,
And
"What is
then
Juju
she
gonna reply?"
doesn't, yeah, and she doesn't say anything, and I'm just like, and then my mom asks, "Oh, I know you were invited to this. Are you going?" And I'll be like, "No, I'm not." Well, did you tell Anthony? No. Why? I don't know what to say.
Wow.
Or like, I want to go, but like,
You know what? I recommend you see a therapist.
or call out of work more, maybe. I guess.
Why?
I don't know. To come to your things. I don't come around. I see you
Yeah.
like once a year.
Yeah, like, how much you gonna make in your 4-hour shift? $100.
$100, but it's tax, so $40.
I'll give you $40. I'm just kidding.
Dang,
Because
$40
all
to
my
hang
cousins,
out with you.
because then all my cousins are like, me too, Theo. Me too. Give me 40.
I skipped work for this. Give you some
I'm
money.
gonna be like paying $1,000 just to have my family here. I already spent $1,000 on food and drinks.
And now I gotta pay $1,000
Yeah.
for you guys to all be here. It's crazy.
Yeah, no. I just get better friends.
Yeah, seriously.
No, like I don't understand that. Like, you guys need to be better, not scared, but because there are times where people call me and I'm like, I'll just text them, because I don't want to face a question that I can't answer on the spot. Like, what are we gonna do about this? I'm like, I haven't talked to so and so, so I don't know. So I just like, hey, I'll call you later. What's up? Is there something you need right now? And I'll answer and I'll address everything. But you guys don't answer, don't text back, don't ever call back, and just be like, okay, that's.
I feel like I'm better.
I buried that.
I feel like I'm better at like on the phone, like calling and stuff. Like,
You're the best this weekend. This was your best weekend yet. Like,
I know I was so fun.
you called me on your way over here. I'm like, what? She's calling me.
I also called you before you went there and you didn't answer.
I ignored her on purpose.
You said it's your turn to be ignored.
Purpose. Let you say it.
Let you
tell it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I think you should just make up your own by this point. Let's just say it's let you say
no,
it.
No, I want to do it the way let you tell it. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I gotta like just say it like 100 times and I'll get it.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. You said it like 1,000 times this weekend.
Wrong.
And it's
Every
not
time.
coming out the right way
I know.
still.
I know. But hey, I'm trying. And that's what you need to do is with your communication. Try.
Yeah.
And then lecture your sister so she could try harder.
No, yeah, for real.
But
I mean,
enough about her.
Yeah, seriously.
How's
She
your
never
mom and
answers.
dad?
They're good, I think.
If you can explain them in 3 words. Now, what we say? 1, 2, 3.
Loud.
1, 2, 3.
Drama.
1, 2, 3.
Drunk.
Whoa. Yo.
Yo, crazy. That's crazy.
Podcast crew. Okay, loud, drama, drunk.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wonder what Riley and Zeke would say about me.
Loud.
Yeah.
I don't know what else they would say, but that's a big one though. Loud.
That's why they're always like, "Oh my gosh, you're so
Or
annoying,
you're
Dad."
never serious. You're so unserious. That's what they
Yeah,
would
Riley
say.
always gets me
Loud,
for that. You're
unserious.
such a jokester.
But I think that is really good in parenting, though.
I think so. You know, I got a compliment. You know, Albert and Ashley.
Yeah.
Albert says, "Anthony, you know, I'm calling you because you're the cool dad." I was like, "Whoa, tell me more. Like, what? Tell me why I'm the cool dad." He's like, "He told me some nice stuff. I feel like the cool dad now."
Yeah.
Because he was asking me, like, what do I do about this? I don't remember what it was, but I was like, do this, do that. He's like, that's why I called you, because you're the cool dad. Hey.
I'm
you know
cool,
what I mean?
I guess.
My nickname's Cool Whip. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like I'm really funny because of my parents.
you're not funny.
Wow. I actually got a lot of laughs out of you, actually.
This weekend was your best weekend.
Wow. No, I think it's because I was actually around.
You shined.
I wasn't a square.
Actually, you only shined because your sister wasn't there to take the shine.
Dang. But I was lame until I started drinking, apparently, right? Apparently. That's what I was
Who
told.
told you that? That one over there?
Man, yeah. The director over there.
The director.
She said all day, the first day, "You're not drinking? What's
I
going
know.
on? How
I
come
know.
you're not? What? You're lame.
You're boring.
You're so boring. Wow. How old are you? Wow, you're a 26-year-old college student?
Yeah.
Crazy. I'd be out with my girlfriends, going out to bars and stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Hey, that's true though. You're boring.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm just like, I've seen it growing up, all the drinking, and I'm just like,
Not your thing.
doesn't really seem like not that it's not the best thing, but doesn't seem like that fun.
Oh, but it's fun when you're with your friends.
Yeah, because I feel
Different
like
experience, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's kind of weird around family sometimes.
They judge you.
Yeah, they're like, "Dang, another drink?
Another
You're gonna
one?
take another shot?
Wow.
Crazy."
Is that why he didn't come to my Super Bowl party?
No. It's
Didn't you
because
ask me if I was having it?
No, that was your birthday party. That was a business birthday party.
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Yeah, come by," and I was like, "No, what? All of your people that I don't
I
even
didn't
know
invite
are
you to
gonna
that
be
one.
there?" Yeah, I know.
So I didn't invite her, and then now she wants to come.
I invited myself, but I didn't come
Yeah, well,
because it felt
that's
weird.
your problem. That's your problem. Oh, there's a motorcycle driving by.
Yeah, I was like, "What is that?"
It's a motorcycle. Hey, so serious note. This weekend, did you get drunk or no?
No, I did not get.
I had a good time.
No, it was fun. Yeah,
The casino, I won some money. That was fun.
I'm scared to lose my own money, so that's
Me
why
too. I don't like gambling because I'm like, I'm gonna lose money and I don't want to lose money.
And then it's like a back to the addiction thing. Like once you put in that first 20, you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, let me just try another 20."
I only won $135.
Only
Yeah, but I knew that if I kept going, there's a great chance that
you're
I would
gonna
lose
lose
it
all of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I burned through $20 like in 20 seconds.
But that's when you got your money, right?
The second 20.
Oh, so 40.
When I was waiting for my free 40, I put in another 20. I was just doing
Thing
it.
a free 40 ounce? No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
You're an alcoholic.
Wow. No, it's just because
Wow.
I was around you a lot this weekend.
No.
Where's
I
the
don't
shots?
Drink. I don't drink. Oh.
Put that away. Dang. There's water. It was water.
So, no, I had a good time. Your dad, shout out to, where's he at? Homer. Happy 50th, old man.
Yeah, seriously.
He had a good time. He had a good time.
Yeah, he did.
I know he had a really good time. The pool was cool. The rooms were nice. Like, you were there.
Yeah, you're an owner now.
I'm an owner.
An owner.
Your brother was there. And,
With his girl.
With his girl. And my tia Gloria, my mom. That was cool. Like, I had a really good time.
Yeah.
Had a really good time. The food was so good, too.
The
But
rice was
last
the
night
best.
got a little crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Man.
Let's talk about it.
It wasn't even something that was going to happen either. It was like
Everything
so
was
like
going so good.
And I thought because we just like threw it out there, like, hey, let's go to the casino. I thought
Yeah.
it was nothing was gonna go wrong
Well, because
or
your mom
happen
took a
really.
long break.
No,
Like
it was so weird.
she
Like,
had like at least 3 hour nap.
but also like it wasn't her weekend
Yeah.
to get lit and take a nap and like
Does she
wake
have the
up and get
ability
lit
to not
again.
get lit? I don't think she does.
No, especially around you guys.
Yeah, yeah. We're all
Like,
like, another shot, another shot.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And like our other friends too, Javier and Cynthia,
They came
like
out too.
they came out too. And then Javier, he came with all of the like essentials.
He was bringing it hard.
Yeah, he went in so hard. He was done after 2 hours, which is pretty much like the vibe that my mom gave. She
Yeah.
was there during the day, then she had to take a what was it, like a 6 hour nap or something.
Was it that long?
It felt like it.
I
4 hours.
felt-
I think it was like
felt
4 hours,
it
which
was
is like
3 or 4
half
hours.
asleep, like half a like
That's half
regular
the day.
sleep. Yeah,
That's half the day. I felt like when she woke up, I was like, she's good.
she looked so sober.
And then what's it called? When we got to the spot, she had that Corona. I was like, that's nothing.
And
But,
she looked like she was already like, I just came for this one. Like,
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, like she was kind of the party pooper. Like,
Yeah.
let's just get out of here.
Yeah. Why? Like, let's go check in. Let's go get your stuff up there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know
So-
if she drank when she was waiting to come back or like what happened,
Yeah, I
but
think so.
it was weird.
But maybe
Maybe.
Caesar stepped it up.
No.
He
That-
was taking some back.
He was taking it slow too. He was
Kinda.
very like, I want to be like my goddaughter, Bianca.
Yeah.
Shout out Bianca.
Put the drink to the side. This is Bianca when she takes shots. That was so strong.
Yeah.
And then she puts it to the side. What in the world?
She'll take a small sip and be like,
Yeah.
that was so.
For
oh."
Coachella, she left like 6 or 7 shots hidden.
She knew though. She knows like, yo, you shouldn't get lit before. You shouldn't pregame like too hard because then you're like, man, it's too hot. I don't want to be out here like with all these crowds. Like,
I fell asleep on the grass at Coachella.
dang.
I was like this sleeping.
They didn't send you to the medical tent. They
No.
usually do.
But your mom was calling me, and I was asleep for like an hour, and then some girl grabbed my phone out of my pocket.
Some
Answered it.
girl.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Answered
Not
my
with our
phone.
director around.
Hey, answered my phone, and was like, "Hi, the person that you're calling, he's like sleeping."
She was your assistant before. This one was your assistant.
Yeah.
Whew.
Hey, and no joke. She put my phone, just like kind of threw it right by my face. And then like I woke up like 20 minutes later, I think. And I was like, hello, where's everybody at? They're like, where you been at? I'm like, I fell asleep on the grass.
How long was your nap?
I think like an hour.
What's crazy about that to me is at Coachella, it's a big thing that people steal phones.
That's
My
crazy.
brother got his phone stolen.
Yeah, mine was just laying right next to me.
And they just left it there.
Yeah.
They're just like, this guy looks like he can afford it. So we're just going to leave his phone there.
Maybe they thought I was going to beat him up. Like it was a sting.
You're knocked out.
Like a sting. Maybe it was like a sting. Like they're just faking it.
Oh, so that's how crazy you look laying there? That it
Yeah,
looked like you were
yeah.
just faking it.
Did you have fun at Coachella? Anything go down? Like any craziness?
Yeah, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
So my favorite cousin, she wanted to hang out with me. And
Who's your favorite cousin?
Riley
Woo,
Camus.
woo. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She replaced me. We used to have like a really good friendship when she was like a little baby.
Who did she replace you with?
My little brother,
Oh
because of the
my
same
gosh.
age, and they graduated the same year, and they're
Special
just
bond. That's a
they're
special
just
bond.
born besties.
That's a special bond. I mean, come on. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but I think she liked me a lot more when she was a kid because she's like, oh, I have an older girl cousin, like so cool. But then she was like, you know what, you're lame. She told me like you dropped me when you got older, but I was already older when I met her. Like
Yeah.
I was already almost done with high school, I think, when I met her. Like
You're
when we
starting
hung
your
out more.
life. You're
Yeah.
starting your life.
So she was like, I replaced you because your brother was around and you weren't.
Yeah.
Because I moved to LA and that became like I was too far.
And you stopped coming
And
over.
I stopped coming around for a little bit. I mean, COVID
I
also.
don't blame her. I would have dropped you too, probably.
Yeah, but the experience at Coachella, like, I thought it was going to be really cool with her. I was like, cool, we haven't hung out. Like, you're this, like, grown up now. Well, she was almost grown up. She was almost 18 at the time.
Yeah.
But she was like, acting like, oh, I'm a grown up now. Like, I'm grown. But then
She is grown. What are you talking
she is
about?
grown. She acts grown sometimes.
She's gonna watch this. You better be careful. She gonna beat you up.
I don't think I'm her favorite person right
I'm
now.
gonna hold your hands down while she beats you up.
I don't think I'm her favorite person
And
right
if we
now.
ever go to the river, I'm gonna choke you out in the pool. And I'm like, that's just for Riley.
You're gonna act like
Yeah,
you're defending your daughter when
yep,
you're like, whoa, Riley,
yep,
like, wow.
yep,
I mean, it's good to play up that part, right? As a great parent in front of her.
yep.
So you're her favorite.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But
She never calls me or texts me, but I'm her favorite.
you could be somebody's favorite, but they keep you at a distance because they're like, man, when they're my favorite, like, I can come around them months later and it's still the same.
That's facts.
Yeah, that's how I do
When
with my
we
friends.
see each other, it's like we never left each other.
Seriously. But apparently I'm a different person every time we hang out, is what you said.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on
That's
my...
what Riley told me.
Dang.
I'm just playing.
Like 6
Okay.
different masks.
Finish telling me about Coachella.
So, going into it, I love Lana Del Rey. I think around that time, I had just like a few months before that gotten into Lana Del Rey like really hard. And then she was coming to Coachella too, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I love Lana. I can't wait to see Lana." And then the day that we were getting ready, like we were listening to Lana Del Rey together, blasting it. And vibing.
Yeah.
I wasn't vibing how I wanted to be yet, but like it was like the pre-vibe.
Yeah.
And then once it got, I think for Lana Del Rey, she was the main, like on the main stage that day, but there was a lot of big acts before her. I think Bad Bunny came on before her, and Bad Bunny's really popular.
Yeah.
So it was really crowded, and we got close though, especially because my friend Alexis, he was like, let's get in front. Like, I want to be up there for... Oh, it wasn't Bad Bunny. It was Peso Pluma, I think.
Yeah.
And he was like, I love Peso. Like, let's go in front. So then Riley's like, let's do it. Like, I want to be in front for Lana. Let's do it. And I was like, cool. And then Lana Del Rey fans, they're tough.
Really?
Yeah, they go hard in for Lana. Like... Wow, they're pushing. Like once they were like once Bessa was over, boom, all the Lana Del Rey fans pushing. Everybody got like so close. It was like somebody's head was right in front of my face. I couldn't breathe. Which I was telling her, I'm like, man, it's really packed in here. And my friend was like, you're good. Pull your fan out. Like just blow it. Like use your fan to like in your face so you like got that air. And I was like, okay, cool. And then Riley, because she's shorter, she was like, oh my God, like, this is a lot. I'm too short. Everyone is like 6 heads taller than me. Like, I can't see anything. And then I was like, I'm not going to lie, Riley. I don't see much either because I'm not that much taller than you. So it's like still a lot of tall people in front of me.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I don't like this. And so my friend Alexis is like, but we just got in front. Like, we're going to be in front for Lana. Like, you love Lana, right? And she's like, I do, but like, no, it's just too much. Because I'm not going to be able to see her, and I love Lana. I want to see her.
Yeah.
All these people in front of me, I can't see her. But I think my brother even was like, do you want to get on my shoulders? Like, I think it was a joke, but he offered, like, just to see, like, you know, like, throw a line out. But she was just like, no, let's just get out. So they started, like, making their way out, which we were all way in the front. So it was hard. They were, like, pushing to get out, asking people, yo, can I just get, like, through? I'm trying to get out so you can get closer if I get out.
Yeah.
And then, no, there was, like, oh, you're a bee. There was, like, people, like, no, what the heck? Like, why are you trying to get out? Like, there was people, like, almost fighting her. Apparently. I wasn't there.
Just
I stayed with my friend Alexis in the front because I was like, Lana. But my brother went with her, and apparently there was people like, no, you can't get out. No, too bad.
That's
no,
crazy.
Which is crazy because it's like if somebody can't breathe, like you're not gonna let them out.
Whose phone is ringing?
My phone. My dad's calling me.
Pick it up. Put it on speaker.
Why?
Tell me in the middle of a podcast.
What's up?
I'm assuming you got there? You said you were going to let me know when you got there.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Leave us alone.
I know you see my location, though.
Yeah, I know. I just messing with you because I knew.
We went straight into the podcast. We were super excited.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you're done already?
No, we're still in the middle of
We're
it.
in the middle of it right now.
Featuring Homer, the birthday boy.
Okay. Gotcha. That's all. I was just calling. See how everything going.
Thanks for checking in.
I think you forgot your body wash and scrubber.
Ah, I did.
Yep.
Okay, thanks. See you later.
I forgot my cup and my Arizonas too. I didn't go by the house.
Hey.
Oh my God. All right. Well, everything be at the house, I guess.
All right.
All right. Love you. Be safe.
Love you too. Bye.
Happy birthday.
He hung up
His
before you said it.
birthday's on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Pisces energy.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, it was not a great ending to Lana. Concert.
Definitely not, but I decided to get out also after Riley.
Yeah.
And security pulled me out. So I had to
wow.
go over the gate, and that took me right in front of Lana.
Oh my gosh.
There was plants, but I think Lana was probably
That's crazy.
15 feet from me probably.
But how long were you able to stay there for?
No, I had to keep walking. They were keep it moving, keep it moving. But I was like, Lana.
Yeah. You should have recorded it.
I should have, but I didn't have time. They were like, keep it moving.
Yeah.
You can't be there. Because it was where the artists go or something.
Yeah.
It's like.
What bummed me out is that the next day, because I think that was the first or second day, no?
That was the first day.
First day. So the second day, she didn't want to go with me. She was already checked out. She's like, no, I don't want to go. I was like, Riley, literally this was kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Just come.
Just experience it.
We could even just go to 1 or 2 and then come back.
Yeah.
But she didn't want to go.
I mean, that's how my brother was for his first time. But he was also 16. No, not even. I think younger. He was 13 maybe when he went the first time. Yeah. And same thing, except we all rode our bikes, and he was like, "I'm too tired." And him and my mom got lost in the campground.
Oh
my
God!
They went the wrong way. Those lanes, didn't you get lost? What happened when didn't you get lost too? You were trying to make your way back to the house, and you went down the wrong lane or something, and then you're like, "Oh, I feel like you got lost."
I feel like it was easy getting back.
I think you were too lit.
That was a for sure possibility.
Possibility. Is it a
riding the bikes
possibility
was
or
nice.
Sure?
The bike ride was nice. Yeah, that was really nice. But
did you ride your bike all the time?
Every day.
You went. You only went. You went all 3 days.
I went
all
3 days. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One day I just went to go see Karim Leon. I was like, I'm just gonna go see Karim Leon.
Is that when you knocked out?
And I fell asleep during his performance.
Oh my gosh!
I woke up and I was like, Karim Leon, and he just finished. I was like.
So he was putting me to sleep. All right, wasn't that good then?
Me, I think.
Yeah.
No, I mean I had a really good time. I would like to go again, but it's so much. Not money. I'm just saying
it's a
3
big
days
experience. It's really tiring.
I'm just man.
This year I decided I'm gonna take the next day off too. Usually I go straight to work the next day. But I don't have school on Mondays anymore, so I'm not doing work that day either.
Yeah. Oh, so you can call off for that.
No, I requested the time
after
off.
Coachella,
I requested the time off.
But not Super Bowl.
You can't request Super Bowl off when you're a great employee, okay?
When you're done thinking you're a great employee, they'll find another one.
You're right. I already started training my replacements.
You hear that? Shake Shack.
You're not supposed to be dropping their name.
Okay, we'll bleep that.
That's a free advertisement for them.
I know, man. You guys are pay me for this, right?
Seriously.
We're gonna go viral, at least
10 views, at least.
At least 3 likes, at least, and 9 views.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 3 likes. Yeah.
And get your mom to like it. It's 4. It's gonna go viral.
My mom will like it just because I'm in it, not even the content. I mean, when she'll
like it because I'm in it.
When she listens to the stuff said, she might unlike it. She might
not want to invite you.
She might unlike it because of the content. But at least she'll like it first, and then she'll be like, "What the heck did it? Why? Why did they bring me up?"
Because we love you, girl. Tell your mom
we love you, girl.
Okay, in your 26 years of life, right?
Yeah, almost 27.
If you can pick 2 or 3 of some of the hardest things you had to go through.
The hardest things. I think it had to be when I was student body president at my community college. That was tough. Having to juggle having a 2.5 So my at least 12 units that I had to take, and being in charge of running all the meetings and stuff, all of that, so much work. That has to be one. I think the
How
second
long
one,
did you do that for?
it was just for a year, and it sucks because my presidency went like half of it was during COVID, so I had to run the meetings on Zoom. Zoom meeting. It was terrible. But it was just for the year, and then I was also supposed to be on the stage for the graduation,
Okay.
but I couldn't be because of like Zoom and everything. Like
There's no stage, right?
no,
Yeah.
there was no stage. And I think the second one had to be when I moved to LA, like with no support from my parents and stuff.
Like, what do you mean? Like, because you were hurt or because you needed money?
Because yeah, it's not because I was hurt, but just because I needed money for sure. I did not save enough. I was working at Vans. Like
Yeah.
I was basically getting the paycheck and saying like, "Oh, here you go. Like have it back." So I wasn't saving much.
Yeah.
And then also I hadn't I think we were only making the money from like our average hours at the time. Because we weren't going into work and stuff
Oh,
because of COVID.
wow. So, how were you getting paid if you weren't going in?
Well, I think it was every couple of weeks I would get paid my average hours, which I think at the time was like 15 hours a week.
Even though you didn't go in?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Vans was
like
taking care
COVID
of their
pay?
yeah, it was like COVID pay, yeah. Which it kind of sucked because there was weeks where I was working like 30 hours, but because it wasn't every week cuz retail, it kind of sucks. They
Yeah.
don't it's not consistent. But they were kind of just like giving me hours cuz other people would call off.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good for me. But then obviously with COVID, they're like, oh, well, your average is 15 hours a week. So that's what I was getting paid.
Yeah. That kind of is, it's kind of nice that they did that, but it's also kind of like, what about my other hours?
Exactly. What about those hours where I'm the only employee that's willing to come in for you to cover them?
Everyone's putting themselves out there,
Yeah,
but ain't nobody getting paid.
seriously. So yeah, it had to be that. And then I think the like year that I had gallstones, because it was a whole year I had gallstones.
Yeah.
But I didn't go to the doctor or anything because, like, it would be a pain and then it would go away, like, after 20 minutes. My stomach.
So what was it?
It was gallstones, but, like, it was just, like, I couldn't really, like, move. Like, I had to, like, support my back and my stomach at the same time.
That had to
And
hurt.
it did. It felt like, I don't even know, like, I can't even explain to you. And it's crazy because I have such a high pain tolerance. Like, my mom tells me a lot, like, wow, like, that didn't hurt you? No. Even when I got my teeth removed, like, my wisdom teeth, the next day, I was like, nah, I'm good.
Oh my gosh.
But that had to be
I haven't
really
done that
tough.
because I'm afraid of the pain.
Dang, no wonder you're so smart. You got your
Yeah.
wisdom still in.
Super smart. Well, then that means you've had an easy life. You haven't had a lot of problems. Like,
Not yet.
those are your three biggest things is my ASB.
Yeah, I mean, that was more
I
like
couldn't do
stress,
Zooms.
though.
I mean, I had to do Zoom.
No, it was not the Zoom part. It was like the stress of like having to juggle it. And I was also working a lot at Vans.
Yeah.
Like I was juggling, like working 30 hours. I was also doing my 12 units of classes.
Yeah.
And I had like 10 to 15 hours a week doing that as well.
Yeah.
I had to work on all the agendas for the meetings. I had to have a weekly meeting with my advisor. I had to just be around all the time on
yeah.
campus.
So juggling was the hard part.
It was the juggling part.
That's
Because
why you didn't come to my parties. See, now it's starting to make sense.
I think that was actually when I was still around.
Oh, wow.
Because I was still living back home. So, like, everything my parents went to, I would go to.
Yeah.
And that was when I think Riley was, like, first starting to be like, oh, get me some Vans. I want some shoes.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever got her shoes. I'm not going to lie.
She had to resort to Lucito to get her first Vans from the family.
Oh, dang.
Not even you.
That's crazy.
And that's when she
He's a big Vans wearer, too, though.
Yeah, that's like all he wears.
Yeah.
You know he's moving to like Arizona?
No way.
Yeah, him and his girl and the baby, they're moving to Arizona.
So random. Why?
She got a job opportunity out there. She works for one of the like Salvation Armies. So they gave her like a really good position, and they just asked her to move over there.
So it's like she's getting her own store or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Dang,
yeah,
that's really cool.
yeah.
Honestly, California's really hard to live in.
It's expensive.
Super expensive.
Yeah.
It's because of the palm trees around. We have great weather. Not sometimes. Most of the time. I think though, like where I live in LA, like it's not that great, honestly.
Smoggy, huh?
Yes, and it when it rains like.
Yeah.
And then also, I think like last week there was actually a tornado over
Yeah,
there
I've seen that online.
in Pico Rivera.
That's crazy. A
Eh,
tornado.
A tornado, and I didn't even know that happened over there.
I know. Seriously.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, it was like it made the news. Like it was a big thing.
But like again, the weather can be really good in California, but also it's sometimes not.
Yeah. Have you ever had like any like days or nights where you just like cry because of like I don't know, like something you've dealt with like with your family, like your grandpa passing, you know what I mean? Like
That was tough because
Yeah.
I wasn't even here.
where were you?
I think so. My mom, I think, opening at work, like so an opening shift is like 9 to 5 or something.
Yeah.
She messaged me at like 6 in the morning, and she was like, "Oh, he's just going in for surgery. Like he'll be good." Like, and then I think around like 10, I had put my phone down because we opened at 10:30 at that time, so I put my phone down, like on something, and then I didn't know where it was at, and then I was working and we were really busy, and then somebody was like, "Whose phone is this? It's ringing like a lot. It just keeps ringing. Then it stops and it rings again. Then it stops because it was vibrating. Like it was just like it kept going off." And I was like, "It might be my phone." I had missed calls from my sister, from my mom, from my cousin Bianca. Like everybody was calling me, and I was just like, "What the heck is going on?" I called, and then obviously they were like, "Oh, like he passed," and I was just like, wow. So I missed it. Like they were all there when it happened and I wasn't. Which was also tough because when I moved to LA, he hated it cuz he's like she's never here, like she's never around. So he would always comment on
So he
it like
missed you.
he missed me. And then for me to be in LA when that happened, I was like, so when I saw what, cuz obviously he had open caskets. When I saw him at the funeral, it like hit me so hard.
That's sad.
Yeah. But I think like that was really rough. They gave me like an hour, maybe 2 off of work that like when it happened, and they offered to let me go home, but I was like, I think I need the distraction because I'm not going to drive home.
Yeah.
Because like at that point I felt like there was no really reason to be home because it was already like he had passed. There was nothing for me to like really be there for at that point because it's like I'm 2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
By the time I'm there, they're probably not going to let me see him anyways. And then also my mom was really going through it, and I don't think I've ever seen her go through that before, so I was just like, I don't want to be there.
Yeah. It's tough. Like, man, I was in like Havasu or Parker, and I don't know who called me and told me about it, but I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So we just packed up everything and we went over there. And yeah, it was really sad. Like, it's really, really sad. Because it was supposed to be like a routine, like
Yeah, it was supposed to
not
just
a
be
big deal, but obviously it's a big deal. But
it was supposed to just be a normal surgery, but then that's why like even that morning I had told my roommate like, oh, my mom, she messaged me and told me that my grandfather's gonna have a surgery, and she was worried. She was like, oh, like is it gonna be okay? Like, and I was like, well, she's making it seem like it's okay, so it's like.
Your mom does
it doesn't
that, though,
seem like
you
that
know?
big of a deal.
She tries to make
I think she
everything,
also
like,
was just
easy.
like, I don't want to make you worry about it because like obviously she knows that like it sucks to say, but I have my own life in LA, so she's like, I don't want to bother you and like kind of put that burden on you of like having to worry about it. Like it was just a normal thing, but then obviously like it wasn't as normal apparently.
Yeah, it's sad. Like now that I see my tia Virginia, she's kind of like, I don't want to say like chicken with no head, but she just like doesn't really know what to do.
I mean, honestly, one of the last conversations I had with him, which I think was around like the holidays the year before he passed.
Yeah.
Because he had diabetes, like
Yeah.
I think his whole life probably. I'm not
Mhm.
really sure, but I know like diabetes was a big thing for him. He needed needles or something for like obviously the insulin.
Yeah.
So we have a Walgreens like down the street. So he was like, "Can you drive me?" And then I think because he knows a lot more. Well, he knew a lot more English than my grandma, right?
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, I don't know, like what she would do without me." Like he was telling me this, and I was kind of just like, like why are you bringing this up?
Yeah.
Because like it was kind of like emotional for me because I was just like, why is he bringing this up? Like, is there something going on that he's not
Yeah.
like saying?
Mhm.
Which I feel like he's always had his health thing where he doesn't
Yeah,
really
he
talk
has.
about it.
Yeah.
Because he was really into like obviously drinking was a big thing for him, and I don't think he was really supposed to be drinking as much as he
No.
liked to.
Even my grandpa, like his dad, wasn't supposed to be drinking, but he was.
Yeah, so I think like he didn't really talk about it, but obviously he kept it to himself. So then it would like kind of make its way out in like other ways. Oh, I don't know. Like he was saying, I don't know what she would do without me. Like we really need each other. Like I don't know what she would do like if I was gone or like I do a
Yeah.
lot for her. She does a lot for me kind of thing. Like they
Yeah.
needed like they lived like with each other like even though it didn't seem like it was 50-50 and he was always in charge like it really was.
Yeah. Yeah.
She did a lot for him. He did a lot for
Oh.
her. Like
She was with him forever.
yeah.
Yeah. She was.
Their marriage photo doesn't even look like them. That's how I know that it was long. Like
Yeah. 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 No, that's. I see her now, and it's like she's becoming more helpful, like in the environment, but like she still feels like she's missing her other half. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
definitely.
It's sad because that's part of life. Like eventually, there's gonna be a day where, your significant other or your somebody is gonna pass, and it brings a lot of hurt to the family. But that's just the way it goes. It's
Yeah.
just a bad, sucky part about life. But I don't know. We're getting on really emotional subjects right now. I
Yeah.
feel like we need like drink something and flip it to something else.
Oh, like finish this one and then open another one.
Ma'am, I already finished mine like a long time ago.
Two?
No, just one because I don't want to be way ahead of you.
Oh,
I'll give you this
no,
one.
that's what I have one.
Oh my god.
I'm saying like should I finish this one and then open the other
like
one?
you should do it fast. Dang. You never drink around your mom and dad.
I
You're
drink
boring.
more than people think.
You do?
Well, there was a time where I was drinking alone. I stopped
Cheers.
doing it.
Yeah, that's not good.
I stopped doing it. Well, it was just
She's
because
all hiking, drinking.
Oh, not that. No, not hiking. You gotta prevent protect. What is it? Protect the footprint or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because we don't have national parks really being taken care of right now.
Nothing's being taken care of right now. Except for
The one
never
percenters.
mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
You'll be there.
I'm gonna be there. Yeah, no. I was gonna take this drink like 5 minutes ago, but I was like, she's only halfway done with her drink. I'm not gonna open up another one.
It's just I'm doing most of the talking here.
Okay, ask me some questions. Go ahead. Right here.
I don't even know what to ask you.
I don't know what to ask you. What do you want me to ask you? Okay, let's go into private life.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have a significant other?
I feel like you always ask me this and I always say I don't.
Why not? Whoa, she's
It's
burping.
getting to me already.
She's burping. She's hip picking.
Man, I think I need a shot. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa. Hey, I seen your
You
brother take a
influenced
shot this
me.
weekend.
Yeah. That was his first one.
That's crazy. Like I've never seen
I
him do
think.
that.
I don't know. He took it down really quick.
Like a pro. I think he was just trying to show off in front of his girlfriend.
But did you see that when he took it with the whole group, he was like,
Yeah. And then he did that face.
He
Do that
really
face.
played
Do
it.
the face. Hey, his girlfriend too. She drank one.
yeah,
I hope the parents don't see this.
hopefully not.
It's gonna go viral though.
It's going to go viral. We're not using the names, the
Yeah,
last names now.
No last
No.
names. Okay, so why don't you have a significant other?
I think I'm just always so busy. And I'm not really like,
Oh.
I'm okay with that. Like, I'm just like,
it is okay.
I'm just
You
like,
could be
whatever.
like our.
Because you could find somebody. What were you gonna say? Our single forever like
No,
cousin or
you
what?
could be our next Caesar.
Oh man, that's a lot.
You could be the new
Not a
Caesar.
director laughing at me.
Yeah. You want to be the new Caesar?
Hey, drink your drink. You're not.
Yeah,
That's
cheers,
your
everybody,
first one.
cheers. Director's over there messing up the whole thing. I can see her messing up. Okay,
She's laughing at me, by the way, not with
not
me.
with you, no. Hey, you want to be the new Caesar?
Heck no.
Shout out to Caesar. I know he's gonna like this.
But maybe I'll be a godmother then, I guess, because he's the like godfather of
best
the
godfather
of the
ever.
century or something.
Yeah, he always tells me about everything he's doing. He's doing big stuff.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I'll be in really good spot then.
But yeah, no, you need to get a significant other.
What if it's good to just work on myself?
It's very good.
Because honestly, a lot of people, they don't work on themselves before they even jump into relationships.
Yeah. You know, like relationships is a crazy thing. Like I see people like, yeah, they're all messed up. They're not doing the right things. And then they just broke up with their girlfriend, wife, whatever. And then like, boom, they're already in another relationship. I'm like, take some time for yourself, man.
I feel like a lot of people, they don't know how to be alone.
Yeah.
Like, they always just need somebody.
I trip out when people are like, I'm so in love, and been married for 2 years, and then boom, they break up, whatever. And then like they're with another guy like in 6 months. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it! I'm so happy that I met him. And he's the best man ever.
So are you saying that you see this more with women and girls than you do with men?
Yes, and girls are always posting on IG like so in love. Oh
No,
my gosh.
okay, that's another thing though. Like, I've noticed a lot of people, they don't post their significant others anymore. Because they're scared that it's not going to last.
Makes sense.
So they're like, man, if this person leaves my life, I have to delete them from my life. You know, like
I have to go through my Instagram.
I have to go through all my
scrub 'em.
comments. I have to scrub their friends from my followers. Like, you know what I mean?
True,
It's like a lot of work to scrub them.
I see people, they just create a whole new IG.
Really?
Yeah. I knew this guy that he just was like almost married to this chick. And like recently I seen him like had a new page. Like, you may know this guy. I clicked on, he's got like 4 posts and new chick.
Wow. Oh, so
I'm
it
like,
does help in with guys then.
Yeah.
Because you were just saying that.
But he doesn't, he's not like, oh, love my girl. Oh, the best thing in the world. And then boom, got a new one like a year later.
Yeah. Wow.
That's what thing about social media. Like, it has a big impact because like we're trying to tell the world like, I got it together, you know, got a new job, got a new car, going on vacations, got a good relationship.
But also, I feel like social media makes us shells. Like, we can create anything about ourselves on social media for it to not even be true.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I feel like there's so much that we still need to even learn about social media.
Yeah.
That we don't see how it affects us. Like, because I feel like a lot of people put on like a facade and they're like really fake on social media.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might have like not started but became bigger with COVID because a lot of people were like, that was their like being social because we had a social distance and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's still so much to find out about social media, like having to do with like how does it affect us, like because like self-esteem wise, or how does it affect us like just who we are as a person.
What was the first like social media like for you? Vine?
For me, no, I think it was
MySpace?
Facebook. No, MySpace was before me.
Yeah. I used to have a MySpace and I used to be like,
Oh, Snapchat, I think.
you're off my top 8, bro.
Dang.
Next, because
I didn't even know they had that. So you were a MySpacer.
Yeah, I had a MySpace, and like you can put your own music up. You have your top 8, and like you can do other cool stuff. But I don't know why that one went out. I was like, this is it. But then they had Facebook, and I was like, I don't want to transition to Facebook. But then,
but you're a big
everybody's on Facebook.
Facebooker, aren't you?
Whoa! Did you just call me a Trumper?
Whoa! I said Facebooker. I mean, if you're making that connection, that's you.
You're a Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah. Elon Musker.
No. You mean the president? No, I'm just kidding.
Who'd you vote for?
Not that guy.
Oh, you're blue?
Yeah.
She said
Am
that
I kicked out
this
now?
thing's gonna go viral.
Am I kicked out now?
No, we support all colors.
I thought you wanted to be 1%er.
I am.
Oh. Maybe I should go. No, I'm just kidding.
So back to your significant other.
Oh my gosh, here we are again.
I think that should
I
be...
threw it on you and then you threw it back.
I think that should be something that, you got to get figured out within the next 30 days.
I don't think it's not supposed to happen that quick. It's supposed to be like...
Okay. Have you been in any relationships in the last 6 months?
No.
1 year? 2 years? Not even like kissing relationship? Like you just kiss the person?
No.
Dang. Maybe you should be a nun.
Is there money in that?
Yeah.
No, there's
Speaking of
not.
money,
There's no
speaking of
way.
money, I'm glad you asked that question because you're going to be one of those people that is out for the money.
Out for the money.
In it for the money.
Oh.
I could tell.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely
statement.
somebody spending a lot of money.
I'm just playing. We all need money to survive. I have this guy that was like, I'm going to do this type of job. And I was like, why would you want to do that? Like, just curiosity. Oh, because I'm passionate about it. I'm like, okay, cool. If they paid you, $10,000 a year, would you do it? Hell no. I was like, then,
So
are you sure you're passionate about that? Because if it's just for the money, then maybe that's not the right one to pick. Drink to that, huh?
Yep.
That's a mic drop.
I mean, I want to be a professor. There's not a lot of money in education, especially because didn't they stop the Department of Education or something? Not they. I mean, Red Side.
Whoa. I don't want to comment on that because I don't really know.
That makes sense. You don't really know.
I don't like to speak on what I don't know about.
But education, there's not a lot of money in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like when you choose a job that it's there's not a lot of money in it, you really like it for sure. I'm obviously still learning what I like about it. I'm not 100% sure what part of it I like. But
how many times have you changed your major?
3 times, I think. No, twice actually. Technically,
what was the first
my
time?
third
What was the
major.
first time?
Early childhood education.
Okay.
So I guess I've always been into education.
Okay.
The second one was sociology.
Hey, are you hungry?
You're hungry?
We should get some Thai food or something. Michi's. I've had carne asada all weekend.
Yeah, for real. What the heck?
What in the heck? Hey, don't call me fool.
Dang, fool. We say that now, fool?
I know, that's so millennials.
Fool.
Millennials say that.
You said that, fool?
Okay, keep going. What were you saying?
Sociology was my second major.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a social worker.
7:42. We can still go get Thai food.
Dang, what time does it close?
I don't know, but
I don't know. It stays open for me.
For real?
No, for you.
We'll go to
That's what
Alhambra.
you're saying.
We'll go to Alhambra right now.
Where?
Alhambra.
All the way there?
There's a good Thai spot over there.
Dang, it's an hour away. You're not down.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, then you switch it to this one.
To psychology.
You think you got it right?
See, that's the thing. I feel like...
Because you got to go how many more years of school? 8?
Yes, I think...
Which for you is going to be 15.
I'm not going to be for real. I'm not going to have
She's
my PhD.
She's going to be 60 years old, just walking across the stage with a cane.
A lot of people do get
I did it, Mom.
A lot of... She probably...
Don't say that.
I'm not going to say it, actually.
We already know.
No, I'm not going to say
Edit. And you better not be at work and not go for that one.
I'll be like, huh? I don't know. I'm kind of busy. I'm lecturing right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Lecturing now.
Because I want to be a professor.
Yeah.
No, but I think psychology, kind of is, something that's similar to the other one. The other
kind of
majors that I wanted.
Yeah.
Because, think about it. I want to be a professor. My original major was ECE, which is early childhood education.
Mm-hmm. So now you want to do late childhood education.
Pretty much. Yeah. Being a professor, I feel like you don't get to make your own schedule, but I mean, kind of. You get to
Kinda
choose.
pick what you want to
You
take.
get to
don't wanna
choose
take.
like, oh, do I want to do night classes? Do I want to do
Yeah,
both?
yeah.
Like,
But you
what I
have to
want to
be
do.
there.
Yeah, every time.
You
I would
can't
be
re-
like,
you
oh,
can't really
well,
call
we
in
don't
sick for
know.
that.
Maybe by the time I'm a professor, it's all on Zoom.
Maybe you could just like create the content and then just be like, watch this.
That's honestly what one of my professors does. She posts all of her lectures on YouTube.
And she's probably in Hawaii right now, chilling.
No, she's in person too. Like we have her in person.
Yeah.
But I think she thinks it's better if she just puts the video of the lecture on YouTube and then we get to watch it at home. But again, that's like
crazy.
Zoom, like a Zoom class pretty much, you
Yeah.
know? Like you do everything at home and I hate that.
Hey, director, can you do a search for Thai food?
I did. They mainly close at 8:30.
So we got to go now?
No? Well, there's nothing. By the time we drive there, it's like 10 minutes. So think of something else.
Dang,
Do you
we
hear
gotta
this?
think about it. Aren't you the director?
Think of what else you want to eat.
Man.
Did she have a mic? Because she's honestly really loud. I can hear her.
Through my ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I heard you guys always.
Let you tell it.
Dang, he did it right.
I did it right, yeah.
Yeah, cheers to that. He said it right.
Yo. Hey, yesterday you took that shot. You were like, you almost spit it out.
I'm telling you, like, I hate tequila. I
You
know.
didn't even like really go like buzzing.
I would feel like buzzing. No, I didn't.
Boring.
She only drank with me.
I only drank
influence.
with my new
Bad-
bestie,
Bad influence.
my prima.
Hey, what about your sister? How come she don't want to come visit? My 9-year. Baloney.
It's so weird. Yeah, I
She
don't
is
know.
weird, Barry.
She's so
So weird.
weird. Capricorn energy.
How much you love her? 1 to 10. Like
8.
3, 4? Oh, like 8.
Sabrina, 10.
Dang. Whoa, those are fighting words. For
She was my
reals.
friend.
She was your
first.
friend?
Yeah, she was my friend first.
Oh, and then your sister stole
They
it from you.
bonded over knowing me, which is really funny because like I apparently, and I'm not sure how like what the whole thing was, but apparently Sabrina was like, "Oh, you're Yasmine's sister," and she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Let's hang out," but she doesn't remember being like on my softball team with me, or she doesn't remember
What?
like she doesn't remember me really much like being around her.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why are you hipping?
No, I burped. I'm just holding it in.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right. It's
right.
this.
All right. Well, what's it called? I think we should go get some food, honestly.
No, yeah, 100%.
But where are we gonna go?
Too much.
Where are we gonna go?
Where we gonna go?
Where- Yeah. Hope you guys caught that one. We want Mexican
Pause.
food?
No, we had that
We
all
had
weekend.
a bunch of Mexican food. We could make it to Thai right now. It's 7:50. We got 40 minutes to go.
One that's like that palm one closes a little bit.
That one's kind of mid.
I know, I don't like that. What's the name of the one in Marietta? Because I can't find it.
Thai Orchard. Sponsor me, Thai Orchard. Actually, I'm gonna tag them on this. Get a
Send
free
us,
lunch.
yeah, send us some food.
Yeah, send us some food. Hey,
No, that one closed at
honestly,
8, and it's 7:48. So
oh, they're gonna shut it
Nah,
down.
that's messed up. I work in food service. Like to go right when they're about to close.
Is that? They should then say that they close at 7:30.
but it takes us.
No, but the thing is,
The kitchen closes at 7:30.
they
You
make
can
us.
stay till 8:30.
Yeah, I was gonna say they make us pre-close.
Yeah.
So
Well, what do you think about my podcast room?
it's pretty cool. But
Why are we so nervous?
my question is like, why is it on this table?
What else would you want it on?
Is there not a regular table that you could be like, yo, just...
This is cool table.
Oh, so you made this for the podcast.
I didn't make this.
Or you bought this for the podcast.
I received this as a gift.
Oh, okay.
And I go, wow, this would be perfect for my podcast room. I got lights and everything too. Look at it. Boom.
Dang.
Boom.
Oh, green because it's St.
Boom.
Patrick's Day.
You know what I mean? Like, psh, this thing's cool. Talking about. And if I wanted to, I could play poker right here.
Right now. Right here.
You want to do a shout out to anybody? Friends? Family?
No.
Your favorite cousin.
Yeah, shout out to Riley.
Woo woo.
And actually, what am I saying?
Oh.
Shout out to our director.
Yeah. You're gonna get so much heat for this.
I have nice hair.
Hey. What'd you say?
Who's our director again?
What? Your
What's her
prima?
name?
Your prima?
Josie.
Your prima.
Prima.
Well, I want to say thank you for making the extended drive. You could have went 10 west and just kept going.
Yeah, I would have been there 20 minutes after. I would have, like it's just like I think a 30, maybe 20, 30 minute more.
Are you girl mathing right now?
Yeah.
No, I just want to say thanks because I was like, actually, I don't think she's going to come. I think she's going to flake out. And
I
look at
called
us.
you on my way here.
And that's when I was like, wow, she's really coming.
You're like, dang, she never shows up to anything.
And now she wants to do a podcast.
When it's just me and Josie, apparently, she'll show up.
Yeah, I guess. The new bestie.
The new bestie.
Family time, prima. Hey, I want to say thank you for coming out to the Yo podcast.
Yo.
We have to do this again.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
maybe
next
have
time
guests.
you can interview me.
Dang, yeah, I'd have to come up with some questions, some pretty good ones. I feel like there's a lot in there that you do not talk about.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like people don't really pick your brain like that.
I'm an open book.
Dang.
Open. So
Yeah, I gotta be on that side.
We better go get some food before everything closes.
Yeah, seriously, it's way too late too.
Peace out, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Peace.
Sub, like, comment. Let's go viral.
Hit that like button.
Ping.